Hey guys, it's Sleepy Reader. This is not a contest entry. I want to warn all of you that TheHulksbigtoe seems like a really nice guy, but he's actually quite evil. I was looking at his contest video and thinking, oh, it's fun to answer the questions of a good YouTube friend, and the contests are fun just for that, doing the questions people ask you to answer. And he's giving away a present that he's going to cater. He's going to shape it for whomever wins. He'll pick out something special for them. So it sounds really great, and he asks these questions. They seem really simple and easy to do, but they're nefarious and evil, in fact. So I'm going to try to answer the questions anyway. But you'll see how much trouble they could get you into. Picking favorites and all of that, and they're nearly impossible questions to answer. First, though, he asks one that I can answer easily, and that is to let people know about someone, a comic book YouTuber who hasn't gotten enough subscribers, or isn't well known by people yet. And actually, I just recently subscribed to someone who's just starting out and hasn't gotten discovered by many people at all yet, and that is Carlos Infante, if that's the right pronunciation of your last name, Carlos. He lives in Mexico City. And English is no doubt his second language, but he does a great job with English. And I love the fact that this community can connect us with people in so many different countries. Obviously, we're all connected by the English language, but it's more admirable the people who are speaking in a second language, reading in a second language when they read comics. I just think that's really cool. And Carlos has a lot of interesting thoughts from what I've seen. I've watched about 3 or 4 of his videos so far. For instance, recently he was talking about the Ultimates, and he talked about how he thought members of the Avengers were kind of parallel to members of the Justice League, particularly the big 3, with Captain America being like Superman, which I'd never thought about before, but because he stands for kind of pure ideals, and Iron Man being like Batman because he, is the millionaire with all the gadgets and stuff. I don't know why I never thought of that. And Thor being like Wonder Woman, the mythological superpowered. All of which makes total sense, and I never thought of that before. Maybe everyone else has. But anyway, so I really like Carlos Infante, and you should all check him out, see if you might like to subscribe to him. So the link will be down below. But then, that evil TheHulksbigtoe asks, who is my favorite person in the YouTube community? How can I... TheHulksbigtoe won't pick a favorite, but he wants us to. So I should pick TheHulksbigtoe. I mean, maybe he'll give me extra points there. I can't pick a favorite. I feel like I have 50 or 70 favorites, at least 30 or 40. Whoever I'm watching at the time and enjoying feels like my favorite. And all of my favorites are so different from each other. So they're each their own thing. That's really cool the way they do it. Like, for instance, how could I compare The Great Legend with Gambit 896? They're both great at what they do. They both do completely different things. Or, how could I compare Travis, Oddfellow Thoughts, with Gimpy 204? They're both brilliant. I love them. And they're completely different. And when I'm watching each one, I think, God, this guy's my favorite guy on YouTube. So what I'm going to pick is the first person who was my favorite on YouTube, the first person whose videos clicked with me, and I went, oh, this is what the YouTube comic book community is about. And that probably was the case for a number of other people too. That is Howler Mouse. Just, one of my 30 or 40 favorites on YouTube. But the first one, who was my favorite on YouTube. Poet Skinny was a close second. He was my second favorite on YouTube. And then I began to pile up all kinds of favorites. So that's my answer there to that evil question. And then there's a ferociously difficult question that maybe some people have an answer to this. TheHulksbigtoe asks, what's your favorite single issue? And my head exploded trying to think about an answer to that. I could go to the Jack Kirby's to pick a favorite single Jack Kirby issue. I once, for a Howler Mouse contest, picked a favorite single Jack Kirby DC issue, and that was the Deep Six in the New Gods. But I decided to just limit myself to things that came out in roughly the past year. And there it's a little bit easier because most things I read are not single issue stories, or you need, I could say, a favorite run of issues, and even then it would be murderously hard. But I feel like I can say that Frankenstein Alive Alive could be one of my favorite single issues from the past. I could call it if I had to, I could call it my favorite single issue from the past, 12 or maybe 16 months. Issue 2 came out, it was also excellent. But the thrill of this first issue with the amazing art by Bernie Wrightson, coming back to Frankenstein, which he did a long, long time ago, and just doing some of the best art you've ever seen in a comic book ever. So that will count as my favorite single issue. And then his final question, which is just designed to drive you up the wall, is who are the 5 comic book characters you would invite for a dinner party? Your 5 favorite characters or top choices to invite for a dinner party. And I haven't even thought this through, so I'm going to wing it right now. I'm thinking Odin, Thor's father. And while I'm at it, I'm going to forget his name. The big fat guy in Thor, Volstagg. He would be great to have at a dinner party, as long as you have a lot of food for him to eat. So Odin and Volstagg. And then I think Wonder Woman, the current Wonder Woman, the way Brian Azzarello is writing her, as the Greek goddess, basically. So that's 3. And then, well, you know what? I would like to invite Bruce Wayne, but he wouldn't talk to me, right? If he was Batman, he would be silent. There would be no point in inviting him to a dinner party. So let's say that Prince Robot, the TV-headed robot prince from Saga. And the last one, The Thing. It'd be fun to see The Thing and Volstagg together. Ben Grimm, The Thing. So those would be the 5 people I'd invite for dinner. I'd also invite Hulk's Toe. I would sit him between Volstagg and Odin, see how he does. Yeah. He's, he's evil, but maybe we can reform him. So anyway, I love the TheHulksbigtoe's videos. I hope he does many more. And I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.